Let's go to Tehran and speak to Foad Izadi, Professor of Political Communications at Tehran University. Good to have you back on, Professor. You and I were talking just about 24 hours ago. You were telling us it wasn't clear exactly, as the deliberations were being made amongst Iran's leadership, which side would win out. So is it the ultra-aggressive side that has won, or is this actually a fairly moderate response, do you think?
I think you can replay my tape and boast that the people that you invite on your program have accurate predictions, because I mentioned last time I was with you that the patience in Tehran is running out. And in about 24 hours, the patience ran out. And this is a decision of the country as a whole. There was a lot of public opinion pressure on the government to do something. Mr. Ismail Haniyeh, who was a guest, a state guest, he was in Tehran for the inauguration of the new president, was brutally assassinated. They assassinated the Iranian general in Beirut a few days ago, and of course they assassinated Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah. They have killed more than 42,000 people in Gaza. They have killed more than 2,000 people in Lebanon. This is a genocidal regime, and as long as they continue this type of genocide, I think you are going to see the pictures on your screens. They can stop these type of activities, and if they stop, I think Iran will stop.
However scary it is to hear air raid sirens and see these flashes, knowing that they're missiles that might come down and kill you, kill your family, kill your friends, really, when we look at it, do you not see it possibly, as one of our correspondents said, actually a de-escalatory response, possibly even from Iran? At the moment, Professor, we have news from the emergency services in Israel that 2 people have been lightly injured. It's quite possible that the Iron Dome system has actually destroyed most of those missiles before they could even fall. What was the aim, therefore?
You know, if you look at the pictures, I think a good many of the missiles actually hitting the targets. Iran is careful in terms of not hitting civilian areas. They are not interested in killing any members of the families. Iran's government is not genocidal. They're not in the line of killing babies. They need to hit military sites, the sites that have been engaging in genocide. And, you know, Iran is a sovereign country. When you attack a sovereign country, whether it's Iran or Lebanon, then you're going to see a response. We didn't need to have tonight. If the Israelis had followed the UN resolution for a ceasefire, we had many months ago a UN resolution for a ceasefire. If the Netanyahu government had accepted that UN resolution, if they had stopped the genocide in Gaza, if they had not started the war in Lebanon, your programming would be normal. You would be covering something about Mr. Erdogan as we speak.
The Revolutionary Guard has said that the missile launches are in retaliation for, amongst others, the killings of Ismail Haniyeh and Hassan Nasrallah. And given what Israel has been doing for the past, 14, 15, 16 hours, a ground invasion of Lebanon, do you expect possibly Iran to react to that as well because of its relationship with Hezbollah?
You know, a statement from IRGC says that this round of response to Israeli atrocities has ended. So now Netanyahu has a choice. He can stop or he can attack Iran. And if he attacks Iran, I think Iranian military is fully able and willing to send more missiles towards occupied Palestine. It's about 9 p.m. in Tehran. The night is young, and it's the choice that Netanyahu has. He can not respond. That's one option. The second option is attacking Iran, and if he attacks Iran again, he will see the same type of attacks and maybe much more in the next few days and hours.
When we look ahead, and we again discussed this about 24 hours ago, when we look ahead to a few years' time, do you think that the current tensions and the current issues facing these two opposing state actors are going to push Tehran even further and more quickly to try to develop its own nuclear weapon?
You know, that's a question a lot of people in Tehran are asking. That Mr. Netanyahu says his main enemy is Iran, and he has nuclear weapons, and he's genocidal. So when you put all these facts together, the end result is that why shouldn't Iran be able to defend itself with the same type of weapon that Netanyahu has? And so that's a question that a lot of people are asking. I don't know if Iran's nuclear doctrine will change. Currently, Iran is not making nuclear weapons, but as the Israelis and the Americans push Iran further, there's going to be a push back. And Iran didn't want to have what you see tonight. Iran does not want to make a nuclear weapon, but if you force Iran to do something, they may actually do it.
In terms of the citizens of the city that you're speaking to us from, in Iran's capital, have they received any instructions from the government to possibly anticipate some kind of Israeli response? And how can people in Tehran protect themselves against those sorts of attacks? We know that the Israelis are very used to jumping into their bunkers as soon as they hear an air raid siren, and they're very well drilled at it.
You know, when the attacks happened, I was on my way home, and people were on the streets handing out sweets. So I don't think anybody is going to bunkers in Tehran tonight.
Professor, thank you so much indeed. Really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you.